Have you ever noticed how one little thing, a skipped meal, a bad night's sleep, or forgetting to drink water, hits harder now than it used to? Maybe 20 years ago, those little missteps were easy to bounce back from. But now, after 75, it can feel like every small choice matters more, and that's because it does. Staying healthy and out of the hospital after 75 isn't about being perfect. It's about being smart. The truth is, most hospital visits for seniors don't start with something dramatic. They often begin with little mistakes, things that feel harmless in the moment, but add up over time. The good news? Once you know what to look out for, these mistakes are incredibly easy to avoid. Today, I want to talk to you like I would to a friend or a neighbor, because what we're going to go over isn't medical advice from a textbook. It's real-life wisdom, the kind that comes from experience, observation, and care. In this conversation, we'll explore 5 common mistakes people make after 75 that can lead to hospital stays, and what you can do instead. Let's start with the first one. And it's more common than you might think: not drinking enough water. Now, I know that sounds basic. We've all heard that we need to stay hydrated, but here's the thing. As we age, our sense of thirst gets weaker. You might not feel thirsty even when your body is running low on fluids. And dehydration is sneaky. It doesn't just make you tired. It can affect your balance, your memory, your mood, and even your heart. I once spoke with a man named Harold, who ended up in the emergency room after fainting at home. It wasn't a stroke, it wasn't a heart attack. It was dehydration. He told me, "I didn't even feel thirsty. I just stood up too fast and the room spun." After that, he started a little system: a glass of water on the kitchen counter every morning and a reminder on his phone every afternoon. Nothing complicated, but it kept him steady. So if you're someone who forgets to drink throughout the day, try building it into your routine. A glass when you wake up, another with lunch, a cup of herbal tea in the evening. Hydration doesn't have to mean gallons of water. It just has to be consistent. Now, the second mistake is one that hits close to home for many people: skipping meals or eating too little. Some days, you just don't feel like cooking, or maybe your appetite isn't what it used to be. That's understandable. But undereating, especially protein and nutrients, weakens your muscles, affects your immune system, and can even lead to dizziness or confusion. There was a woman I knew named Eleanor. She lived alone, kept to herself, and often told me she wasn't hungry much. Her fridge usually had little more than some crackers and yogurt. One winter, she got the flu and ended up in the hospital with low blood sugar and muscle loss. After she recovered, we helped her sign up for a meal delivery service. She started eating warm, balanced meals again, and her energy came back like someone turned on a light. You don't need to prepare full meals from scratch every day, but try to get some protein, eggs, beans, chicken, even a protein shake, and some vegetables or fruit into your body daily. And if cooking isn't your thing, there's no shame in frozen meals, canned soups, or asking for help. The third mistake we'll talk about today might surprise you: avoiding movement out of fear. Now I understand. When your knees hurt or your balance feels off, the natural instinct is to stay put, to rest more, to avoid the risk of falling. But the truth is, the less you move, the weaker you get. And weakness leads to more falls, not fewer. A friend of mine, Ruth, used to be active all her life. But after a minor fall, she became scared. She stopped walking outside. She stopped stretching. Within months, she couldn't get up from a chair without help. It was heartbreaking because it didn't have to be that way. With a little support and some gentle guidance, she started again. A few minutes of movement a day, then short walks with a neighbor. Her strength slowly returned, and with it, her confidence. The key is to move in a way that feels safe and steady. Maybe that's walking the hallway a few times a day. Maybe it's chair exercises or light stretches while watching TV. Every bit of movement counts, and your body will thank you for it. These 3 mistakes, dehydration, undereating, and avoiding movement, might sound small, but over time, they can lead to ER visits, hospital stays, or even long-term issues. That's why catching them early and building small habits around them makes all the difference. Let's keep going because there's more to this story. And the next thing we'll explore could be the one habit that makes the biggest difference of all. It's something that seems simple, but has a powerful impact. Ignoring unusual symptoms because you don't want to bother anyone. I've heard that sentence from more older